Hello everyone and welcome back to this lecture series on artificial intelligence. This will be the lecture number 8 of this series. If you want to see the previous lectures, you can click on subscribe button. You can see the previous videos in this channel, and if you want to see other varieties of videos, infotainment videos, you will find it there. So let us have a quick recap of our previous session in lecture number 9, what all topics that we have discussed. So in our previous session, we discussed a brief introduction to natural language processing, which is a domain of artificial intelligence. Then in that, we discussed or we learned what is NLP, natural language processing, why we need NLP, why there is a need for NLP, and why NLP is important, then components of NLP. So these are the topics that we have discussed in our previous lecture. Now let us see what are we going to learn today. So in today's session, we will see various fields where NLP can be used. Okay, so uh, basically we will see the applications of NLP, then arrangement of sentences, how with the use of arrangement of sentences we see or we pre-process NLP, that is pre-processing of information of NLP. So before applying the NLP algorithms or before going into the method of NLP, how we first process the data that can be in the form of speech or text that we will see. So let's start with the first topic, that is NLP has found applications in various fields, or you can say where we can use NLP in the applications. So number one is text recognition. So with the help of natural language processing, we can recognize different text that can be in an image or a video. So in your screen, you can see that there is a number plate that has been captured with the help of a camera. So in this, a camera or machine captures the image of a number plate, and this image is then transferred to the neural network layer of NLP. In simple words, we can say that once we take the image of a number plate of a vehicle, that is the numbers and the alphabets in that number plate is being recognized with the help of NLP. So NLP extract the vehicle's numbers from the image. But there is a very important thing to know here is that correct extraction of data, जैसा नंबर प्लेट में नंबर्स दिया है उसको अगर आप करेक्ट रिकॉग्नाइज करना चाहते हैं, then you will need a better quality of image. So correct extraction of data depends on the quality of image. So with this, with the help of NLP, we can recognize text from images or videos. So where we can use this type of applications, this type of applications can be used in uh, traffic securities. Okay, we can use text recognition for making people to follow traffic rules. Okay, suppose किसी ने अगर मान लीजिए किसी ट्रैफिक सिग्नल को तोड़ दिया है या वो ट्रैफिक रूल सही से फॉलो नहीं कर रहा है, the cameras installed in every roads can capture the number plate of such people or such person, और उसके बाद उसको आइडेंटिफाई करके उनको पेनाल्टीज उनके घर पे पहुंचाया जाता है. Okay, so this can be used for security reasons also. If you want to identify vehicles that has been either stolen, okay, so this text recognition with the help of NLP can be used for various applications. Number two is summarization by NLP. So in your screen, you can see that there is an image of a big document that has been summarized into a shorter one. And here we can see there is an example also. So there is a source text which you can read. It is written there. Peter and Elizabeth took a taxi to attend the night party in the city. While in the party, Elizabeth collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. अब ये दो लाइन का सेंटेंस है, मान लीजिए आपका सोर्स टेक्स्ट. Now, if you are having NLP, and NLP has this feature which is known as summarization. So we can summarize this into a single line. Elizabeth was hospitalized after attending a party with Peter. Here you can see there was a two lines source text which is now summarized into a single line, but both the content have the same meaning. जो दोनों दोनों ही source text और summary का जो meaning है वो same है. Okay. So NLP not only can read and understand the paragraphs or full article, but can summarize the article into shorter narrative without changing the meaning. That means it can create the abstract of entire article. Okay, and this is now used by so many applications. I hope many of you are actually using it now in your smartphones, and one of such applications I also use in my mobile phones, that is for news. So आजकल NLP का यूज करके कई सारे ऐसे एप्लीकेशंस हैं, जैसे कि मैं एक यूज कर रहा हूँ जिसमें they actually convert lengthy news articles into a 60 words news articles. Okay, if you have heard about shorts करके एक आता है जो आपके मोबाइल में न्यूज एप्लीकेशन होता है. So they actually provide a small article that has same meaning with respect to a very lengthy news article. जो lengthy news article रहता है उसको वो सिर्फ summarize करके it actually serves you with a news article which has only 60 words. So they are using NLP, natural language processing को ही उन लोग use कर रहे हैं. Now, number three is information extraction. So with the help of NLP, we can extract the most desired information from a very big document. Large document से हम क्या कर सकते हैं? जो meaningful information है, जो हमें चाहिए, जो desired information है, वो हम extract कर सकते हैं. So let us see. So information extraction is the technology of finding a specific information in a document or searching the document itself. So it automatically extracts structured information such as entities, relationship between entities, and attributes describing entities from unstructured source. So इसके थ्रू हम क्या कर सकते हैं, या तो कोई एक पर्टिकुलर इंफॉर्मेशन एक डॉक्यूमेंट से सर्च कर सकते हैं, और वी कैन सर्च इवन द डॉक्यूमेंट फ्रॉम मेनी डॉक्यूमेंट्स. एक सिंगल डॉक्यूमेंट को भी हम फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं बहुत सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स से. So let us see an example. So for example, a school's principal writes an email to all the teachers in the school. I have decided to organize a teachers meet tomorrow. You all are requested to please assemble in my office at 2:30 p.m. I will share the agenda just before the meeting. So this was an email that every teachers of a particular school have actually have got from the school's principal. And now, if we extract the information with the help of NLP, so this is how it looks. So first, what is that mail about? So meeting called by principal. And what is the timing? When? Tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Where this meeting is going to held? In principal's office. And what is the agenda will be shared before the meeting. So this four small short, or you can say short information we got from this particular email. Okay, so now imagine in many companies, if you work in a big company or in many other jobs where people actually get so many mails, and that has to be read. Okay, उसको पूरा पढ़ना पड़ता है so that you can extract the information. But if you are using NLP, we can use NLP's this feature, which is information extraction. And the most important information we can extract from a document, or even we can extract a particular document or search a particular document from various documents. Okay, and another example we can see is this is generally used by search engines like Google search engine. Okay, जब भी आप Google में कुछ सर्च करते हैं, you may have seen that उसके रिजल्ट में वो शो करता है, और कई बार कुछ पर्टिकुलर वर्ड्स को वो कई बुक्स से या डॉक्यूमेंट्स से आपको सर्च करके देता है. ओके, सो देयर गूगल इज आल्सो यूजिंग NLP's information extraction feature. Number fourth is speech processing. So till now, as we have seen, uh, there was text recognition, then there was information extraction, summarization by NLP. All the three features of NLP was related to text. जब हम कुछ भी लिख के देते हैं, या फिर मशीन को जब लिखा हुआ समझना होता है, या लिखे हुए के अगेंस्ट में कुछ रिस्पॉन्ड करना होता है, उनके बारे में था. ओके, बट दिस नंबर 4 इज अबाउट स्पीच प्रोसेसिंग. दैट मीन्स द मशीन हैज टू नाउ इंटरप्रेट our instructions through our voice, and again respond respond to our instructions, that can be in the form of either text or speech. So the ability of computer to hear human speech and analyze and understand the content is called speech processing. So यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे हैं मशीन की एबिलिटी, जिसमें वो आगे हमारे स्पीच को, हमारे वॉइस इंस्ट्रक्शंस को समझेगा और उसको एनालाइज करके प्रोसेस करेगा. So when we talk to our devices, just like now also we use Alexa or Siri, actually they only use now NLP. They recognize what we are saying. For example, when you ask Alexa, what is the date today? Alexa will respond, it is the 24th February 2022. Okay. So कैसे ये हो रहा है? Let us see. What happens when we speak to our device? The microphones of the device hears our ऑडियो, हमारे वॉइस को वो सुनता है, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर वॉइस दे प्लॉट द ग्राफ्स ऑफ आवर साउंड फ्रीक्वेंसी. ओके, सिंस हमारे जो भी हम बोल रहे हैं उस साउंड का भी एक फ्रीक्वेंसी होता है, एंड according to the frequency of every word and every sentence we say, the microphone which hears, the device microphone which hears our audio, they plot a graph. So as light wave has a standard frequency for each color, जैसे light wave में हर एक color का एक frequency होता है. Okay, so does sound. So every sound or phonetics has a unique frequency graph. This is how NLP recognizes each sound and composes an individual's words and sentences. So now let us see how a machine which is using NLP recognizes text or speech with the help of arrangement of sentences. So we humans have a language for communication. हमारे पास में एक language होता है जिससे हम communicate करते हैं. And this language, either text or speech, are composed in the forms of paragraphs, and again which is made up of sentences. So हम जो बात कर रहे हैं, even now when I am um, in monologue with you, I am explaining everything in some paragraphs. और अगर उसको फिर से तोड़ें, and if we divide it, and if you go, you will find there are few sentences, and The language has a grammatical structure and some rules are to be followed such as nouns, verbs, etc. So हमारा जो लैंग्वेज होता है उसका एक ग्रामेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर होता है विदाउट विच द मीनिंग ऑफ अ सेंटेंस कुड नॉट बी फाउंड. अगर मैं बिना ग्रामेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर के किसी सेंटेंस को कहता हूं तो उसका कुछ मतलब नहीं बनेगा. And similarly, while machines use NLP, machines needs to be taught some rules. उनको भी कुछ rules सिखाने पड़ेंगे if we want they learn our language. अगर हम चाहते हैं machines हमारी language सीखें और उसके according respond करें, then they also need the to know the rules, the grammatical structures about sentences, about words, about paragraphs. So machine learning algorithms, which generally use NLP, they use both syntax and semantics of a sentence while using NLP. Okay, so what is syntax and semantics? We will see. Let us see what is semantics. So semantics refer to the branch of linguistics concerned with meaning. Semantics में हम किसी भी word का या sentence का हम क्या करते हैं, कोशिश करते हैं मीनिंग फाइंड आउट करने का, और इसीलिए मशीन्स को भी हमें जरूरत होता है कि वो भी सिमेंटिक्स को समझें. ओके, दे शुड नो द मीनिंग ऑफ अ वर्ड और अ सेंटेंस. The two main areas are logical semantics for sense and reference and lexical semantics, which deals with the words, meaning, and relation between them. Next one is syntax. Syntax में हम बात करते हैं सिर्फ structure का, the things that we can see. So syntax refers to the arrangement of words and phrases to create well-formed sentences in a language. So syntax में हम structure के बारे में बात करते हैं. Let us see with this example. So here we can see that there are two sentences which are having different semantics, or they are semantically different. Semantically different means उनके मीनिंग्स अलग अलग है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, here it is written how are you. Okay, so someone is answering that great, and again it has how old are you. So दोनों का मतलब अलग है. एक पूछ रहा है आप कैसे हैं और एक पूछ रहा है आपका एज पूछ रहा है. Okay, so this two are semantically different and even they are syntactically different. दोनों का syntax भी अलग है क्योंकि लिखा हुआ भी अलग है. But let us take next two sentence. They are semantically similar. How old are you? And what is your age? दोनों का मतलब सेम है. दोनों में ही जो पूछने वाला है वो पूछ रहा है सामने वाले का एज. How old are you? And what is your age? So even though this two sentence has two different syntax, दोनों का syntax जो structure है, arrangement of words है, वो दोनों अलग है, but they are semantically similar. Both have the same meaning. Okay, let us understand this with another example. So let us see first where we have different syntax, matlab structure alag hai, but they are having same semantics. That means meaning same. So here you can see if we write 3 plus 5 or we write 5 plus 3. ओके, बोथ आर हैविंग डिफरेंट सिंटेक्स, मतलब दोनों का स्ट्रक्चर अलग है. पहले मैंने 3 को लिखा है, फिर बाद में 5 को लिखा है इन द फर्स्ट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, एंड राइट हैंड साइड आई हैव रिटन 5 फर्स्ट एंड आफ्टर दैट 3. सो इस ये शो कर रहा है कि दोनों का अगर हम एडिशन करें तो वी विल गेट द सेम रिजल्ट, दैट इज 8. इसका मतलब है दे हैव सेम सिमेंटिक्स, बट सिंस वी हैव रिटन इट डिफरेंटली, मतलब जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो अलग है, दैट इज व्हाई वी कॉल इट एज it has different syntax. So let us take another example. What is your name or your name? Okay, simply if you ask your name, okay, both have same meaning. What is your name and your name, but the way we have written this or the syntax is different. So this is an example of different syntax and same semantics. Let us see one more thing. Different semantics. Now let us see an example where we have different semantics. मतलब जो होगा यानी कि meaning जो होगा वो अलग होगा, but they will have same semantics. So there are two Python versions where we are writing this code, 2 by 3 and 2 by 3. So you can see they have same syntax, मतलब दोनों में हमने एक ही जैसा लिखा है 2 by 3 and 2 by 3. But since we are writing this in two different versions of Python, फर्स्ट वाला हम लिख रहे हैं 2.7 वर्जन में और दूसरा लिख रहे हैं 3 में. सो पहले वाले का रिजल्ट आता है 1, ओके, एंड दूसरे वाले का जो दूसरे वर्जन में लिखते हैं वहां पे इसका रिजल्ट आएगा 1.5. सो यू नो, now you know that both have different meaning, but the way we have written or the structure, the syntax is same. Okay, so this is how we try to make a machine also read a text, okay, based on their syntax and semantics. Now, since we are making a machine to understand a sentence, there can be some complications or where even we humans also find it difficult to understand a particular sentence or word. So let us see. First one is multiple meanings in a sentence. So if there is a sentence given, I saw a saw which could not saw. Okay, so this is a very simple sentence, but here we have a word which has same syntax, मतलब उसका structure same है but different semantics. So this can be a problem for even we humans also कि पहला जो saw है वो किसके बारे में है, दूसरा saw है वो किसके बारे में है, and तीसरा saw जो है वो किसके बारे में. So here you can see that the first saw is referring to the visual ability, देखने की क्षमता के बारे में, I saw. नेक्स्ट वाला सॉ जो है इट इज रेफरिंग टू अ पर्टिकुलर टूल जिससे हम पेड़ों को काटते हैं, यूज फॉर कटिंग ट्रीज. एंड द लास्ट सॉ इज द द वर्किंग एबिलिटी ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर टूल, जो वो सॉ करता है, जो कट करता है. Okay, but this can be very difficult for a machine to understand if a sentence has three different semantic same syntax words. Okay, let us see another sentence. His face turned red after he found out that he took the wrong bag. Now if I ask you, the person whose face turned red, उसका जो फेस है वो रेड क्यों हुआ है? Okay, is he angry that he took the wrong bag, or is he ashamed of taking someone else's bag? Okay, so if I ask you, आपको भी ये समझ में नहीं आएगा कि क्यों उसका फेस रेड हुआ है. Okay, so there can be few complications even for us also, and this is same with respect to the machines, okay, which is using NLP to understand the sentence. Let us say take another example, another complications that we or machine face. So there can be a perfect syntax, जबकि structure एकदम आपको सही लगेगा लेकिन उसका कुछ मतलब नहीं निकलेगा. Okay, so perfect syntax without any meaning. So let us see this sentence. Karthik looks good and is drinking moon tea on sun. Okay, so if you read this sentence for more than 2 or 3 times, okay, you will not get any meaning from this particular sentence. So ऐसे कुछ sentence हो सकते हैं जिसमें जो grammatical structure है, उसका पूरा syntax है वो perfect है, but उसका हमको कोई मतलब समझ में नहीं आता है. Okay, so since this type of complications can be faced by a machine, and that is why we first pre-process that particular information. ऐसे information को हम सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं? Before applying NLP algorithms, we first do the pre-processing of the information so that we can minimize the complications, or we can reduce the complication or complexity of the text data or speech data which we are using. So once the data in the form of text and speech is extracted and converted into numbers, why we convert this text and speech that has been extracted into numbers? Since computers only understand which language? Machine language. Okay, that is in the form of zeros and ones. So that is why it is written here, text and speech is extracted and then it is converted into numbers. So it undergoes a process for NLP to make sense. Now, then for pre-processing, the first step in NLP is known as text normalization, जिसको हम बोलते हैं text normalization. In this, what we do cleaning up the data to reduce its complexity. So let us move with the first step, that is text normalization. So text normalization में हम करते क्या है? We take the raw text from user and we normalize the text. Normalize the text means सारे यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स दिए हैं सेम सेंटेंस का, ओके, that has the same semantics but it is written differently with respect to the case. ओके, कुछ अपर केस में है, कुछ लोअर केस में है, कुछ रैंडम केसेस में है. उन सारे टेक्स्ट को we normalize those text into a lower case. So this is what we do in this step. This is the first step of pre-processing information. इसमें हम करते क्या है, सारे टेक्स्ट को हम कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं with the help of text normalization to a single text, that is a lowercase text. Okay, then sentence segmentation. अभी हमने पूरे डेटा को जो जिसको हम कॉर्पस कहते हैं उसको हम क्या किए कि टेक्स्ट नॉर्मलाइजेशन करके एक ही पर्टिकुलर लोअर केस में सारे को कन्वर्ट किए. नाउ अंडर सेंटेंस सेगमेंटेशन the corpus is now divided into sentences. So here in your screen you can see that there is a paragraph which is now converted into individual sentences. हर एक sentence में उसको divide कर दिया गया है. So each sentence is then taken as different data object. Then we move to next step, which is tokenization. Okay, so in your screen we can see that पिछले स्टेप में हमने क्या किया, एक पैराग्राफ को अब इंडिविजुअल सेंटेंसेस में हमने डिवाइड किया है. अब हर एक इंडिविजुअल सेंटेंस को विच वी आर टेकिंग एज एन ऑब्जेक्ट, वी विल नाउ convert these sentences into tokens. Tokens क्या है? So token is used for any word or number, special character occurring in a sentence. So here you can see there is a sentence, it's not cool that ping pong is not included in Rio 2016. इसका टोकनाइजेशन जब हम किए तो हर एक पर्टिकुलर टोकन को, that can be a word, that can be a number, that can be a special character, उनको हम सेपरेटली इस तरह से कन्वर्ट करते हैं. Okay, in your screen you can also see with the help of Python programming language how we have used this tokenization, and the result you can see सारे जो tokens हैं वो separate कर लिए गए. After that we remove the stop words, special characters and numbers. अब जबकि हमने टोकनाइजेशन के थ्रू सारे सेंटेंस को डिवाइड कर दिया है डिफरेंट टोकन्स में, उन टोकन्स में से अब हम चूज करते हैं स्टॉप वर्ड्स को. सो these are the stop words: on, the, off and with. Okay, which don't have their individual meaning. उनका खुद का जो जिनका मीनिंग नहीं होता है. Okay, they are just used in a sentence to actually have a relationship between the important words, जैसे कि planet, sun, earth, water, moon, surface. इस तरह के जो important words हैं उनके बीच में relationship बनाने के लिए इन stop words का यूज किया जाता है. Okay, so pre-processing में हम करते क्या है, ये सारे stop words को we just dump into the dustbin. हम उनको हटा देते हैं. We don't use such type of stop words. Okay, so in this step what we do, we remove frequently occurred tokens which do not add value to the meaning of the sentence. Such tokens are called as stop words. After this we use stemming. Okay, so what is stemming? Stemming actually reduce a word to a stem or base form. Okay, so in your screen you can see there is an example. So we have a sentence, I am running back to house. अब इसमें हुआ क्या कि हमने टोकनाइजेशन किया. So आई अलग हो जाएगा, एम अलग होगा, रनिंग अलग होगा, बैक अलग होगा, टू एंड हाउस ऑल्सो, दिस टोकन्स आर सेपरेटेड। इसमें से आई का खुद का कुछ मीनिंग नहीं है, एम का कुछ मीनिंग नहीं है, बैक ऑल्सो हैज डोंट हैज अ मीनिंग, टू का भी कोई मीनिंग नहीं है। सो आफ्टर रिमूविंग द स्टॉप वर्ड्स वी विल ओनली गेट रनिंग एंड हाउस। अब हाउस का जो स्टेम या बेस वर्ड है दैट इज हाउस, बट रनिंग का अगर आप स्टेम वर्ड निकालें तो वो उसका स्टेम वर्ड होगा रन। ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट वी डू विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्टेमिंग। सो हियर आर सम एग्जांपल्स आल्सो गिवन। लाइट वेट का लाइट वेट होगा, नेचुरल का NATUR, ओके, लैंग्वेज का दिस, देन प्रोसेसिंग का प्रोसेस। ओके, सो स्टेमिंग एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है जहां पे हम वर्ड्स के स्टेम वर्ड या बेस वर्ड में जाते हैं, एंड मेनी टाइम्स दोस वर्ड्स कैन नॉट बी यूज्ड इन कॉमन कम्युनिकेशन लैंग्वेज। जो हम कम्युनिकेशन में यूज करते हैं वहां पे कई बार वो यूज नहीं कर सकते, उस स्टेम वर्ड या बेस वर्ड तक स्टेमिंग ले जाता है। हियर यू कैन सी NATUR, इसको हम कॉमन कम्युनिकेशन लैंग्वेज में यूज नहीं करते, या फिर यहाँ पे जो लैंग्वेज का स्टेमिंग वर्ड है, दिस ऑल्सो इज नॉट जनरली यूज्ड इन common language. Then there is lemitization. Okay, lemitization में भी same process रहता है, suffix और prefix को हटा देते हैं and we actually take to the stem or the base of that particular word. लेकिन stemming में जो word हमको मिलता है जनरली उनका यूज हम common communication language में नहीं करते हैं, but lemitization word, lemitized word we use in common communication language. So this is how it looks, okay, after pre-processing of a text. So there was a word, suppose Jenna went back to university. So first we do what we have done, text normalization, जिसमें Jenna went to university सारे को हमने क्या में लिख दिया, एक lower case में लिख दिया, small letters में. After tokenization, you can see every tokens are separately written, and then we remove the stop words. So what are the stop words here? Back and to. So only we have taken the important words. Jenna went university. After that, we did stemming and lemitization. So Jenna का तो Jenna ही रहेगा, went का हो गया go, okay, that is the stem or base word for went. University का हो गया universe, okay. So this is how before applying NLP, what we do, before applying NLP and algorithm, what we do the pre-processing, so that कि जो complexities हो सकती हैं, multiple syntax, different semantics वाली, वो complexities को हम reduce कर सकें. So this is how we have seen few of the topics from this domain, that is natural language processing. I hope you will like this video, and I hope we will again see few other topics from this same uh, domain, that is natural language processing. So I thank you all for watching this patiently. Thank you all for joining today. Thank you.